Good evening, Shatanya Johnson, Police Chief for the Village of Oak Park. Today, the Village of Oak Park, the Oak Park Police Department, and police officers from around the world are suffering. We're mourning the loss of our beloved Alan Reddings. He was killed in the line of duty today, serving and protecting the community that he so cherished. Alan was 40 years old and a devoted father. He leaves behind to mourn his loss his 19-year-old son, his mother and siblings, as well as a host of friends and officers. Alan started his career here with Oak Park Police Department on the 15th of May, 2019. Prior to being a police officer with the Village of Oak Park, he did a short stint with Metro Police Department. My heart goes out to those officers that he served with. But more importantly, the work that he did here was so impactful. I personally knew Alan because I did his background investigation, and I quickly identified that he had a talent that was needed here. Alan was a committed officer who became a detective a few years ago. He closed substantial cases and helped us to resolve countless incidents. He was a natural. Today at about 9 a.m., he responded to a call for service for a man with a gun leaving the Chase Bank on Lake Street. He, as well as several officers, encountered that offender on the 800 block of Lake Street. After trying to direct the offender to show them his hands, the offender banished a firearm and shot Officer Redding. At 10:10, Officer Redding was pronounced deceased. The offender was injured during this incident, was treated on the scene before being transported to the hospital. I want to thank our fire department as well as all of the officers locally and a distance. Our police department, we're hurting right now. I'm hurting. His family is hurting. Please keep us in your prayers, and I thank you all. Any information regarding his homecoming will be posted on our website. The investigation is ongoing, so I won't take any questions regarding the investigation. I ask that you all respect his family privacy while they deal with this tragic incident. Thank you.
Chief, this is the first line of duty death for your department in 86 years.
This is true.
Your officers are familiar with how to deal with this. What's going on within the ranks right now?
Right now we have peer support with our police department. We also have, what is that called? The officer wellness, where officers are being treated there. We all have to go and do at least one visit a year, my apologies, and they made themselves available. We also have a very supportive chaplaincy program, all whom are here at the police department and was at the hospital with us. I'm hurting. This is the worst day of any chief of police. Any other questions? I know I said I won't answer any questions. I won't answer any about the investigation.
Chief, there were responses from a lot of departments around the western suburbs. Can you just talk a little bit about how the suburbs tend to work together in a situation like this?
Sure, we wrap our arms around each other. Officers off-duty responded. Retired police officers responded to the hospital. Officers that left the police department to go to other police departments were there. Chiefs that retired from this department has already reached out. We have officers right now from other police department keeping our community keeping our police department, keeping our community safe while our police department process this incident.
Chief, is the FBI involved at all because he was near a bank or in a bank?
The FBI would be involved if there was a bank robbery. Right now, the state police is involved.
What stands out about Detective Redden to you? You said
Natural born leader, devoted father. He loves his mother. We had so many conversations about his mother. I can go on and on about him. I did his background investigation to get him here. His son, a bright young man with a bright future ahead of him. He had a whole community there at the hospital.
were you the one that had to deliver that news to the family?
A combination, yes.
A Chicago police officer was shot and killed recently as well, trying to apprehend a suspect. Can you talk about any sense of increased danger for your officers, and whether this suspect had a rifle, which made it more difficult?
I won't answer any questions regarding the investigation. We want to preserve the integrity of the investigation. As it relates to officers, we all wake up every day understanding the commitment that we've chose to make with this profession. So we're prepared to do whatever we need to do to keep each other safe as well as the community safe.
Was the offender taken to the same hospital as the officer?
The offender was treated in a hospital, but I don't want to give him any other airtime other than that. Trust me, I'm compassionate about him. We did treat him on the scene. Officers rendered aid to him on the scene, but that's as much as I want to say about him.
And is he someone that's familiar to your officers or your department?
Any other questions?
You said you had a 19-year-old son. Can you tell us about, anything about him off duty, if he had any interests or commitments to the community, what you might just want to say about him as a person?
Sure. He was committed to his mother, his son. He's definitely a family man.
Did he have a career before joining the ranks of the police department here in Metro?
His career before Metro Police, I'm not sure of.
And big case, you said he closed some significant cases for you, any that probably have already been.
One of the cases that come to mind is he was responding to a call for service for something unrelated on the south end of town and discovered that a business needed to be looked into more closely. With that information, he shared it with other command staff members. We were able to close a business that was operating outside of the village values.
Chief, was the library open? It happened near the library.
The library was closed, sir.
It was closed.
Yes. Any other questions?
I know you mentioned peer support, Chief. Can you just speak to how close-knit this department is?
We have a very close-knit police department. Like I said, folks were at home celebrating the holiday and they came in. We have midnight officers here. Chicago Peer Support, they've been extremely supportive. We have one of our sergeants in particular, Sergeant Deichler. She's a Oak Park native. She actually went and picked up his mother. We are a family. If you ever come to any of our swearing-ins, that's the first thing you'll hear me say. We are a family. We support each other.
Have you heard from the police chiefs of any surrounding?
I have.
Superintendent Barry Snelling?
He sent a representative.
How many officers do you have in this department?
How many officers do we have currently? 86.
Chief, you mentioned that this is a very tight-knit community. Do you know if Detective Redden's had any ties to Oak Park? Do you know if he grew up in Oak Park or went to any Oak Park schools? Do you know that?
He is a resident of Chicago, but he spends a lot of time here, just as most officers.
Have you been in touch with Oak Park Lodge 8? Is that the FOP?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know if they
Right now, they're supporting the officers. I'm sure they'll have a statement at a later time.
When did he make detective? You said he started in 2019, but he started patrol.
Yes, he started as a patrol officer in 2019. I appointed him to investigations. It might have been 2 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago. 2 years ago, correct. 2022.
What about his service up until that point made you think he would make a great detective?
I thought he would make a phenomenal field training officer as well, and I was looking very much forward to him becoming a sergeant. He was just a natural leader. Anything that he would always take the extra step, go the extra step, and that's huge. To say what else can be done.
Was this, responding to the call this morning, was that something that was within his purview of his job title, or was he filling in because of the holiday?
Right now, he was assigned to patrol because of our staffing concerns.
Can you elaborate on your staffing concerns? That's been an ongoing issue.
When I say concerns, that probably was not the right word. Yes. No, so with our staffing levels, we need to reassign officers back to patrol to make sure that we fill patrol. It was his regular work day.
And witnesses said they'd seen him there working in that area for many days, so that was typical of his patrol, was to stop by that busy part of Main Street, right?
Yeah, our officers, this is a community policing community. We do business checks. You'll see officers on foot patrol, and I'm sure he was assigned to that area days earlier.
Was he with a partner at the time?
We ride solo patrol.
Do you know if there's body camera video of the incident?
I won't answer any questions regarding the incident. Our police department will issue body-worn cameras approximately 2 years ago. Any other questions? I'm sorry?
Where he was shot?
He was shot on the left side of his body. Thank you all for coming. Have a blessed night.